What's up guys, it's Heria. Welcome to another vlog. Today I'm going to be showing you the 10 different levels to push-ups, starting with the very first level that absolutely anybody can do and get started with, then working your way up the levels, building your strength to eventually reaching the last level, full planche push-ups. Now as I show you the different push-up variations and we start progressing up the levels, I want you to identify what level you're at. The goal would be to master the push-up variation of the level that you're at and use all the previous levels before it to build your strength to be able to reach the next level. So for example, if you find yourself at level 5, I want you to train and master level 5 as well as using level 4, 3, 2, and 1 to build your strength enough to reach the level 6. And continue doing so to reach level 10. Remember, everybody has to start somewhere, even level 1, just like I did. So with that being said, I'm going to start off showing you the very first level to push-ups that absolutely anybody can get started with, even if you're an absolute beginner. And to get this workout on your phone and to properly follow along, make sure you downloaded the Heria Pro app in the App Store or Google Play Store. Open up to the YouTube workout section. You should find this routine. Let's get started. We're going to start using an elevated surface. I'm going to be using this seat right here, but really you can use any safe elevated surface. What makes this difficult is the height of the elevated surface. The higher it is, the less body weight you're applying, so it's going to be a lot easier. And the lower it is, the more body weight you're applying onto this exercise, it's going to be more difficult. So you can always start at a higher elevated surface, work your way down to a lower elevated surface. So if you're at level 1 right now and you can't yet do a push-up on the floor, start right here, choose an elevation that challenges you. We're going to get started. We want to go for 10 reps, and you want to put your hands down on the elevated surface. Keep your body straight from your heels to your shoulders, and you want to make sure to come down all the way to your chest. Then come right back up, keeping your body straight, keeping that same form. Make sure to keep your elbows in and squeeze your core. Let's go for 10 reps. Alright, so there we have the incline push-up. And what I love about the incline push-up is that you're still simulating the correct form of a push-up without actually having to be in a flat push-up position. Doing incline push-ups will also have you perfect your push-up form before you're even able to do it on the floor. And the reason is because of your hand placement and body position, as well as the way that you're pushing from this exercise. When just starting off learning the push-up and you're starting from a push-up position on the floor, there's no indicators to help you with your form. So if you're starting off from the floor, your hand placement may be off, you may be flaring your elbows, you may not be going all the way down in full range of motion, and your body may also not have a straight line but be arched. You fix all of that right away from doing push-ups from an incline position. Because you're in an incline position, you're applying less weight, you can focus more on your form. There's also an indication of where to place your hands and how far to go, which is on the elevated surface. If you're starting with your chest on the elevated surface, you're already in the correct position to be doing your push-up. When doing a push-up, you want to have your hands at your chest level and you want to go all the way down to your chest and all the way back up without flaring out your arms. And doing this incline push-up already puts you in that position. So doing incline push-ups first will not only build the strength, but build the muscle memory for perfect form that will follow you into real push-ups. So that's going to be level 1 for push-ups. Now we're going to be moving into level 2, which are normal push-ups. So let's get down on the ground. Once we've already got the form, you want to make sure that your hands are going to come down to your chest, all the way down to your chest, and all the way back up, keeping your body in a straight line. Let's go for 10. Alright, so there we have level 2, which are basic push-ups. So as I said before, if you already mastered the incline push-ups, then doing a push-up on the floor with perfect form should come natural to you. Now we're going to increase the difficulty and move on to level 3. That's going to be with elevated push-ups. By doing elevated push-ups, we're applying more weight onto this exercise, giving it a greater overload and helping you build more strength. So we'll be using the elevated surface again. Put your feet on top, maintain your straight line, perfect form, come down to your chest, come right back up. Let's go for 10. And there we have the elevated push-ups. Now, if you can't yet do elevated push-ups, then you should go back to level 2, which are normal push-ups, as well as practicing level 1, incline push-ups. Build your strength with these 2 exercises, and you're gonna be able to do level 3. And one of the best ways to progress in an exercise that you're still trying to learn is to train that exercise every minute on the minute. For a full depth explanation and demonstration on how to do exactly that, check out one of my most recent videos called Do This to Master Your Body Weight. In this video, I explain how to train for and achieve an exercise that you have not yet mastered and how to progress on to the next progression. So check out that video so you can know exactly how to get from level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and so forth, all the way to level 10. And remember, the elevation always matters. In this case, we're elevating our feet, so the higher the elevation, the more weight you're applying to this exercise. You can start on an elevation the height of a book and slowly work your way up higher and higher, creating more of an overload and developing more strength for this exercise. And once you've been able to master level 3, which is elevated push-ups, we're gonna be moving on to level 4. That's gonna be archer push-ups. So I'm gonna do a couple reps and show you what that looks like. Alright, so there we have archer push-ups, which is the next level to elevated push-ups. Doing this is going to allow you to apply more weight and resistance onto one arm than you were using before when you were doing the same weight with 2 arms, doubling up your strength. So to get to level 4, you want to be sure that you've mastered and trained all the previous levels 3, 2, and 1 to finally build your strength to start training archer push-ups. Then you want to master this exercise and we're ready to move on to level 5. That's going to be explosive push-ups. Let's go ahead and go for 10.
Heria music.
There we have explosive push-ups, and this increases the difficulty by increasing the power and force that's needed to be able to push your body off the ground. Basically putting all your strength and energy into every single rep, exceeding the force that you would normally be using just to do a push-up. And once you've trained and mastered level 5, as well as all the previous levels, you're ready for the next level, which is going to be clapping push-ups. Let's go for 10 reps. And there we have clapping push-ups, which is the next level from explosive push-ups. Clapping push-ups are gonna require even more power and force than an explosive push-up because you're gonna need to get up high enough to be able to clap before coming back down onto the ground. But once you've practiced and mastered explosive push-ups and all the previous levels, it wouldn't be too hard to at least do a couple clapping push-ups. And once you've mastered the clapping push-ups and you can do it for at least 20 consecutive repetitions, then you've developed some significant amount of strength, then you're ready for level 7. And this is when things are gonna get a lot more difficult. Level 7, we're gonna go for pseudo planche push-ups. So first we're gonna be using a wall. And the reason we're gonna be using our wall is because we want our feet and our body to be staying in the same position. As you can see, I'm putting my hands as close to my waistline as possible. If you're just getting started, you can have it a little bit higher, but you wanna work your way down to your waistline. That's the goal, to be pushing from the waistline. So we're gonna go ahead, push up, come back down. There we have pseudo planche push-ups. Now what makes this exercise a lot more difficult is pushing from the waistline. Pushing from your waistline is gonna apply way more body weight from a push-up position. It's also gonna reduce the amount of assistance that you were getting before from just normally pushing at your chest line. Think of it as if you were trying to pick up your couch from the end corner versus trying to pick up your couch right from the middle. That's gonna be a lot more difficult. You're basically carrying the entire weight of the couch versus picking up your couch from one side. The majority of the weight is resting on the 2 legs that are still on the floor. And that's why pseudo planche push-ups or pushing from your waistline gets a lot more difficult than the average hand placement of a push-up. So you want to master these as well as use all the previous levels to develop your strength to be able to do at least 12 perfect pseudo planche push-ups in a row. Then you're ready to move on. That's going to be 90-degree plus push-ups, and from now on we're just going to be pushing from our waistline. I'm going to go for 10 reps, show you what it looks like. have the 90-degree plus push-ups. And as you can see, this stems right from the pseudo push-up. It's pretty much a pseudo push-up, but when you come all the way down, you're holding your entire body weight. This does take a lot more strength, but if you've been training the pseudo push-up and you can do it perfectly for at least 12 reps, then you should be able to do at least one or a couple of these 90-degree plus push-ups. And that's all you're gonna need to start training for this exercise. If you can just do one, then you would do one every minute on the minute, and the full breakdown on exactly how to train like that to master an exercise, again, is in the video that I previously mentioned called Do This to Master Your Own Body Weight. Check out that video. Now, the technique to master this exercise is to make sure that you're always leaning forward, as well as always pushing from your waistline. From the top, your hands need to be at your waistline, and all the way at the bottom of the push-up, even the pseudo push-up, your hands always need to be at your waistline. This is a very difficult exercise, so sometimes when people are still learning to do this move, they may start with their hands at the waistline, but by the time they push up, their hands are right back to their chest level. That's not the right technique, and that's not gonna progress you, so you always have to make sure that your hands are always at your waistline, whether you're at the bottom of the rep or at the top of the rep. And when you're doing specifically the 90-degree plus push-up, when you get to the bottom of the rep, you wanna lean forward enough so that the majority of your weight goes past your hands and your feet will eventually just raise up. If your hands are too high up and they're not at your waistline, the majority of your body weight is always gonna be behind you, and your lower body is never gonna lift up into a 90-degree position. So that's why it's super important to have your hands at that right angle. So master this exercise for at least 10 consecutive reps with perfect form in a row, as well as use all the previous levels to build your strength to level 9. Now we're almost at level 10, so this is when it's really gonna start to get harder. Level 9 is gonna be planche, push-up, pumps. It starts from the ground. I'm gonna do a couple reps, show you what it looks like. Hands by your waistline. All right, there we have planche, push-up, pumps. And as you can see, we're starting from a completely dead weight, flat position and pushing our entire body weight all the way up from the waistline. No kicking or jerking, just pure pushing strength. And the reason why we've been training pushing our bodies from the waistline is not only to start utilizing more of our body weight, but also this would be impossible to purely lift your entire body weight up without kicking or jerking if you're pushing from your chest line. To bring back the couch example, you wouldn't be able to lift your entire couch from the corner. You'd have to do it right from the center. But lifting from the center is gonna be where it's most difficult because you're lifting the entire weight of the couch. And that's gonna be level 9. You wanna practice and master your planche, push-up, pumps from the ground without kicking until you can comfortably and consecutively do 10 repetitions with perfect form. Mastering these, as well as utilizing all the previous levels, will develop your strength and prepare you to start level 10. And level 10 is pretty much the hardest pushing exercise you can do. There's a lot more that goes into learning and mastering this exercise, but if you're able to achieve all the previous levels, then you should have definitely developed the strength to at least start learning this exercise. So I'm gonna do a couple reps of full planche push-ups and show you guys what it looks like. All right, so there we have the full planche push-ups. And like I said before, there's a lot more that goes into mastering this exercise, like learning how to full planche, doing 90-degree holds, and other progressions that will make it easier to jump to eventually reach this point. But if you guys want me to break down the full planche push-ups and give you a more in-depth video on how exactly to achieve this exercise step by step, leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to make that video for you. And that's gonna be all the levels from level 1 all the way to level 10. So if you enjoyed the video, then definitely smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want the next video to be about, and share this video with a friend that's trying to level up their push-up game. And don't forget to get this routine as well as all my personal workouts and workout programs. Make sure you download the Heria Pro app in the App Store or Google Play Store, and make sure you become a member on heriapro.com. You're gonna get access to all the routines and programs that I've created with specific goals in mind, not only to get your training to this level, but also to simultaneously burn fat and build solid muscle. So make sure to download the Heria Pro app and visit heriapro.com to become a member. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because I post every single Thursday, 2 p.m. USA Eastern Time. And if you comment within the first 30 minutes, you always have a chance to win some free Heria apparel. And for more of my content during the week, make sure you're following me on Instagram. Almost every single post, I always do some type of giveaway. So if you want a chance to be a part of that, make sure you're following me on IG. And if you're enjoying the music on the channel, you can always find all my music on all music platforms. And you can definitely find it first, always on SoundCloud. So make sure you're following me on SoundCloud. That's soundcloud.com/Chris Heria. And I just dropped a brand new track available on all music platforms called Hold Me Close. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next Thursday.
When it went wrong, when you thought it was nothing, I couldn't wait to prove you wrong. Now I'm already stunning, had no one to put me on, had to cover the budget. Now you wanna get along, cause they all wanna touch it. Now you know that I'm the one, ain't no question of nothing. You know the phone that I be on, turning nothing to something. I hit the gas and I'm gone, I ain't got no time for discussions. I hit the gas and I'm gone, ain't got no time for discussions. Cause I ain't tryna play those games with you. Shit ain't been the same since I lay with you. I ain't tryna trip everything around you. Said I ain't tryna play those games with you. Shit ain't been the same since I laid with you. I ain't tryna trip every time around you.
Hit that like button, guys.